Hi, Namaskar. Can you give me one large popcorn, please?
Yeah.
Hi. Curly Tails.
Oh,
Hi.
hi!
How are you?
I am good. मैं आई थी थिएटर में for some entertainment and I have entertainment with me live in action और आज Sunday है, so I'm not going to let you go without a Sunday brunch.
Oh wow. I
Give
was
me the
just going to
popcorn.
ask for some food.
Okay, so we are going to get you all the food and some popcorn. Let's go. तो आज का संडे ब्रंच हम एंजॉय करेंगे विद विद्या बालन वेयर शी इज नॉट जस्ट एन एक्टर बट अ पावर हाउस ऑफ एंटरटेनमेंट जस्ट लाइक दिस LG OLED TV. Hi Vidya, welcome back to Curly Tales.
Thank you.
So I'm very happy to be chatting with you. मैं जब भी आपके इंटरव्यूज देखती हूँ मुझे एक चीज ऐसे लगती है आप बिल्कुल दिल से बोलती है.
क्या बात है?
So you are coming back to theaters after 4 years.
Yes.
And I'm
after
so
4
happy to
years.
catch you literally back in theaters.
It's a ritual for us, yeah. Before COVID,
Yeah.
we used to go every week. Now, because there haven't been too many releases, we've not been going. Nothing like watching a film with an audience.
True.
Those collective heaves of relief or those collective sighs, that collective clapping. It's just that atmosphere is electric, yeah. So I'm just very excited that Niyat is releasing in theaters. And I think it's also the food.
Yeah.
Food is so important. But nowadays, you know, you get that makhana, caramel makhana,
Yes.
which is so yum.
There are lots of options.
Yeah, lots.
And we're going to get that for you.
Yes.
It's Sunday brunch. This episode is incomplete without food.
Oh, I know.
So let's get started.
Oh my God, that's a lot of food for two people. And I know you're not going to be eating.
Yes, but you're going to be eating for sure and you have to.
But listen, they have to take this popcorn away because I love caramel popcorn. I won't be paying
Hard to
attention to you
resist,
at all.
no? And
Yeah,
there
but
you
now
go.
if you insist, only because she's insisting, you know.
You are from Chembur and so am I. तो मैंने तो बचपन में बहुत सारी मूवीज
Best suburb
Best suburb.
in Mumbai?
100%. 100%.
Ask Shilpa Shetty, Anil Kapoor.
या तो वहाँ पर बसंत थिएटर हुआ करता था,
Yeah.
आशीष थिएटर एंड श्रेया स्टॉकिस.
Yeah,
आप कहाँ जाते थे मूवीज
Basant.
बसंत. ओके.
I grew up in the 80s, right?
Right.
I was born in 79. So through the 80s, we didn't really go to the theatre to watch films. When Hum Aapke Hain Kaun released, I actually watched it in its 45th week.
That late?
Yeah, with Hum Aapke Hain Kaun, I think we started going to the theatre again. And it was almost like we had forgotten that feeling. You know, but Basant was in the best condition at that time because a lot of theatres were in a very bad condition
Yeah.
post the 80s. But I remember watching that. I remember watching, before Hum Aapke Hain Kaun, we watched 1942, A Love Story in the theatre.
मनीषा कोइराला.
Manisha
right?
Koirala, and that the way the film's been shot,
Yeah.
and oh my God, and she looked divine, and just the way the film had been shot, you know, stunning.
Talking of Chembur, you know, the way you speak about Chembur is with so much passion. I want to know which school did you go to, which college did you go to, and any childhood memories you have from that particular neighborhood.
Oh God, childhood memories. I spent 31 years of my life in Chembur, so
Oh.
they're full of memories. It's like most of my life has been spent in Chembur, you know. I was born and raised there. I went
Okay.
to St. Anthony's Girls High School.
Oh,
I
okay.
studied, I did my
Was
college at
Shilpa
Xavier's.
Shetty like in the
Yeah,
same
she was
batch?
my senior
She
by
was
a
your
couple
senior?
of years.
Okay.
She was my senior by I think 3 years. She was always the hottie.
Really?
Yeah. Shilpa, I remember she was also a basketball player, and I remember my mom one day decided that I should play basketball. At 6 in the morning, I was sent off to play basketball, and you know, there were already murmurs that Shilpa might be joining the movies and stuff like that. And I remember she was so sweet. I'll never forget. She taught me how to dribble the ball, and I thought, oh, अभी तो मुझे आ गया सब कुछ. I told my mom, मैंने सीख लिया, कल से नहीं जाना है. सुबह उठ के नहीं जाना है. There was also Malaika Arora.
Oh yes.
She was from another school, but I remember she would walk down the lane at a particular time for her French tuitions, which was which were on my lane.
Yeah.
And all the boys would be sitting out at that time waiting for Malaika to pass. Just Chembur's produced too many hotties. What to do?
Definitely. And I'm
Look at
sitting
her.
with one.
Anil Kapoor and I just call out to each other saying, Chembur, always.
And look forward to exploring Chembur with you the next time we meet.
Happily. I'll take
Done.
you to some haunts.
Okay. Any recommendations? Maybe people will go and visit. You mentioned about Gupta Bhelpuri that you really
Gupta
like.
Bhel used to be, I don't know if it still exists because I
Okay.
haven't gone to that side. It was right opposite Chembur station. They had the best Bhel Puri, Sev Puri, Dahi Batata Puri,
Okay.
Ragda Pattis. Oh my God. Even Raj Kapoor used to go there, by the way. And also your Vada Pav Wala outside the post office.
Oh, yes.
Chembur post office.
It's yum.
That lasan ki chutney agar mil gayi na. And they used to have moong dal bhajia also. And on
Okay.
16th Road, you used to get samosa pav. It had a liter of oil in one samosa, I have to tell you, but we would squeeze it out and then have it and tell ourselves कि नहीं अभी तो healthy है ना, because पूरा निचोड़ दिया है तेल, but it was far from healthy. And rasmalai from Punjabi Ghasita Ram used to be great.
My plan is to head to Chembur after this and try out all those recommendations.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Vidya. That brings us to a very special segment called Celebration of Success with LG OLED TV. We will walk down the memory lane with you and discover your way of celebrating success.
Yes,
Yeah?
absolutely.
तो सबसे पहले तो हमें इस फोटो के बारे में बताओ. हम पांच.
First
पांच
and
happen.
third. First and third are from Hampanch. And my God, look at it. I didn't know nothing.
You had curly hair. I can tell that much.
I had extremely curly hair.
Yeah.
And I would just brush it out. We wouldn't do anything.
Same.
No blow drying, no
Yeah.
straightening, nothing. The makeup artist, there was one makeup artist and he had a team there and they would do the makeup. Kapde tange rehte the. We had to just go and select what you wanted to wear for the day. It was exactly like that. And I had no clue the team had worked together for 1 year before I joined them.
Oh.
Hampanch was already in existence. There was another actor doing it, and for whatever reason, that actor decided to opt out, and then,
Yeah.
I got to do the part. But I knew nothing. I'd faced the camera briefly for another television show, which never saw the light of day. So this is technically
Yeah.
my first break on television.
How
but I
old
was
were
so
you back
awkward.
then?
This was in 1996, so I was 17. 16 and a half actually.
You were still studying? When
Yeah,
this
yeah,
happened?
very much. So which is why I quit the show after doing it for 1.5 years. I was constantly appearing on Blacklist because we would shoot for a week,
Yeah.
and which means effectively I lost 7 days, 6 days of college every month. So I started appearing on every Blacklist. Then one day my father told me, he said, nothing doing. This is becoming a problem. Before we are called to college, please quit the show. I was heartbroken. I thought, ki, "Arey, career itna acha ja raha hai," because Hampanch was such a popular
it was
show.
a hit.
And even today, people watch it. I'm
Yeah.
amazed. I keep saying, nahi, main nahi hu, main nahi hu.
Okay.
Would you care for some edamame?
Yeah, sure.
Love it.
Bhalo Theko.
Bhalo Theko is my first ever feature film. I had gone to Calcutta with Pradeep Sarkar for an ad film shoot. And the production person on that ad film was a production person on a Bengali feature film. And Tabu was due to do that film apparently. I've never asked her this, but she opted out for whatever reason. So they were looking for another actor. And the production person suggested my name, Dinesh Raut. And they got in touch with me and I was like, I'd always loved Bengali films in college. We had, we were exposed to watching films from different parts of the country and the world. So I had watched quite a few Bengali films and now I was getting to be part of one. So I was thrilled. So this is my first feature film which won 3 national awards.
Wow.
Not for me,
Yeah.
but the film won 3 national awards.
But this didn't come easy to you, right? इससे पहले भी एक journey रही है जहाँ बहुत सारी movies से you were rejected or cancelled. Tell us about that also. And in which year did this happen?
This happened in 2003.
Okay, so after 7 years of doing Hampanch.
Yeah, after 7 years of doing Hampanch. So I completed my graduation at Xavier's.
Yeah.
And then after my graduation, I decided to do my MA. Basically, I had to buy time because नहीं तो मेरे parents बोलते do your MBA or do your do something further studies. तो मैंने कहा मैं बोलती हूँ कि मुझे MA करना है और मुझे पता था कि MA के लिए ज़्यादा कॉलेज जाना नहीं पड़ता है मुंबई यूनिवर्सिटी blacklist का डर नहीं होता वहाँ and so I can continue to act like I'd begun to do a lot of ad films by then.
Right.
I was very busy. I was making good money. I was thrilled. And in 2000, I think, I got my first Malayalam film. I shot for it for, again, I went to Chennai for a Tamil ad film shoot. And there was a production coordinator, not a production, a casting coordinator who said, they're looking for a new face for a Malayalam film. Would you be interested? And I'm a huge Mohanlal fan. And so is my family. So I called my mom and my dad and my sister. And I said, they're asking me if I want to audition for this. They were all like, yeah. Because film industry ek taraf, Mohanlal ek taraf. So they said, yeah, audition. I auditioned and I actually got it. Shot for it. After, I think a few, maybe 9-10 days of shoot, the director and Mohanlal had a fallout, so the film got shelved. And in the meantime, I'd been signed on for a lot of other Malayalam films. Now, when they realized that this film had been shelved, I started getting replaced in all those films.
But why is that?
I think they felt that Mohanlal and Kamal sir, the director, had done 8 films together before this. They were all successful super hits. So they felt कि इस film में अलग क्या था? Now, it was probably my energy or whatever that hadn't worked in the overall scheme of things. So the word spread that ye shayad she's jinxed.
Unlucky.
Yeah. And I remember I'd gone to Chennai then for a shoot and the producer told the director, नहीं मैंने सुना है कि ये पनवती है तो इसको नहीं लेते फिल्म में. And I was at the muhurat of the shoot. So the director was very sweet, shot with me for a few days. But the producer prevailed and I was replaced in that film. So it was just, and then of course I was replaced in a whole lot of other, a total of 12 films that didn't work out at that time. It was, Kamya, I don't know how, I really don't know how I went through that period. But my family has always been a strong support. My parents, my sister, my brother-in-law. I would cry, I would rave, I would rant, I would fight with my mother. Sara gussa wahi nikalta tha. Because I was feeling so rejected. I thought that this dream that I've had forever since the age of 11 was not going to come true. But then Bengal gave me my break. This was the first film I completed, the first film that released.
Yeah.
A film that was appreciated, like I told you, it got 3 national awards. Wonderful people. And ever since, Kolkata and Bengal has always been very kind to me. So I think this was the one that broke the jinx. And then, of course, Parinita happened again, Bengali.
Yeah.
And Dada and Calcutta and all of that.
Wow. But it must have been very hard for you to hold yourself together, right? After that rejection. But I'm sure that phase also taught you something. Any lesson that you still carry with you?
Yeah, I think it strengthened my resolve to make my dream come true. मैंने कहा आप लोग कौन होते हो मुझे रिजेक्ट करने वाले but I'm able to tell you that sitting here today. तभी तो I didn't articulate it like that पर गुस्सा बहुत था. Any sort of rejection is tough to take and then it was just like one after the other for no fault of mine I'm being punished. And but there's a Sai Baba Mandir in Chembur. Since we've spoken so much about Chembur, I used to go to the Sai Baba Mandir and pray a lot. I used to speak to my family a lot. And all of that gave me strength and then slowly things started changing. I did a Euphoria video called Kabhi Aana Tu Meri Gali.
Oh yes.
That was the turning point.
Yeah,
really.
I recently met Palash also.
Oh really?
Yeah. And which is the Sai Baba Mandir in Chembur. We'll all go there. हमारा भी कुछ भला हो जाएगा वहाँ पर.
It's between the 11th and 12th roads.
Okay.
In Chembur. This is the 11th road close to Chembur Church on that side because there's another 11th road on the opposite side, but this is on the side of the church. Do you visit often even now? I still do. I still do.
Okay. Let's talk about your next picture, Parinita.
Bengali film released in 2003. This released in 2005. So this, I think, Bhalu Theko really broke the jinx.
Yeah.
But I was already working with Pradeep Sarkar on ad films and music videos and all. And he was preparing me for Parinita, but it took a lot of auditions and there are all sorts of numbers on the internet.
Yeah.
It's not completely true, but yes, I auditioned for a long time until Vinod Chopra felt कि अच्छा इस पे पैसा लगा सकते हैं. Thanks to Pradeep Sarkar, my director, who's no more, unfortunately. He passed away a few months ago. But I always say that he had faith in me at a time when I didn't have any faith in myself, especially after these series of rejections.
Yeah. But did you always, were you afraid of celebrating कि ज़्यादा celebrate करूँगी और shelf हो जाए movie या कुछ ऐसा?
फिर ऐसा हो गया कि किसी को बताना नहीं है, अगर कुछ
हाँ.
हो रहा है, हो जाने दो, फिर बताते हैं. एक डर लगा रहता था, because first serial भी मेरी बंद पड़ गई ना.
Alright, let's talk about the next one. Dirty Picture.
Dirty Picture.
What did this film make you feel like? Liberated or what was it?
Liberated. It made me feel free. I felt like, you know, until then I felt कि अच्छा, I'm not your quintessential Hindi film heroine. I'm bigger.
Yeah.
I'm all my growing up years I'd been called fat. But this film made me feel sexy. I felt like at my biggest, I was being called sexy, you know.
Yeah.
But because most importantly, because the role made me feel it.
Yeah.
So therefore I looked it, and then everyone was saying, "Wah, wah, 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 wah." And I said, Chalo, I think that was the beginning of, it really changed my relationship with my body.
And I think a lot of other people as well. I feel like
Yes.
it was actually a trendsetter.
Yeah.
So
true.
to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one. We would love to know about your love story.
Oh
How
my
did you
God,
meet him?
we'll need an entire different
Episode for that.
Episode for that. I don't know how things happen, Kamya. It's just that,
Yeah.
you know, at that point, Karan was instrumental in, you know, he sort of played Cupid in our relationship. I wasn't aware. He didn't tell me anything, but I believe he had told Siddharth that I've invited Vidya to dinner. He was having a dinner with some 10-15 people at home, and Siddharth was there. And he apparently told Siddharth that I think y'all would be, he knew that Siddharth liked me. So he said, I think y'all would be great together. I had no clue. And it so happened that at that dinner, he and I ended up talking because I just finished shooting for Jessica. So he was asking me how was the shoot, blah, blah, blah. And that's where it all started. And then here we are. We've been married 10.5 years.
Wow. Any marriage advice that you would like to give 10 years of togetherness?
That marriage is only and only between two people. You know, in India we say that when you get married, you marry the family. All that is bull crap. I really think that a marriage is between two people. It survives because of those two people, or it fails because of those two people. You know, it's whether they want to make it work or they don't.
Yeah.
And therefore, nothing that happens between the couple should ever be discussed outside.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next one, which is the trailer of your upcoming film. Let's play that.
Welcome to Scotland, Mr. Kapoor.
Cannot not eat popcorn while watching a trailer.
So where was this shot?
The film was shot in London and in Scotland.
Okay.
The castle we shot at, when I read the script, maybe we'll have to create a set or something like that. Where are you going to get a castle like that? But Anu Menon is so deep, na? She's so, she actually got a castle exactly the way she had described it on paper. It's on a cliff and it's stunning. I've not seen anything like that in my life, and I've traveled quite a bit.
Yeah.
When you drove to that itself, you would see it from a distance and it was breathtaking. And you know, for a film like this, I think it was a perfect location.
Yeah.
You know, there's mystery, there's intrigue because it's an old castle, right?
Yeah.
There are lots of secrets and lies and
Yeah.
बहुत कुछ छुपा है वहाँ, बहुत सारे रहस्य छुपे हैं वहाँ. So I think it was just, and even the insides were like stunning. And of course, the weather was, on certain days we were like freezing. I was very well layered, so I didn't have a problem. But some of the others, like you see what Shahana is wearing and all that, they were like, poor girls. They were like, what are we going to do? You know, Shahana, Dipanita, all of them. But it's great. It's being released in theatres, you know, you need to see it on the big screen.
Absolutely. But you're playing a role of a detective, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Have you ever hired a detective in real life for anything?
No, thank God. मैं खुद काफी हूँ.
Do you have the detective vibes in you? Can you tell?
I get the truth out of people, I have to tell you. Yeah. Thora se khure.
And that's exactly what you're going to do
Yeah,
in this
exactly.
film as well. Looking forward
Yeah,
to it.
thank
yeah.
you. 7th of July in a theatre near you. I never let go of an opportunity to promote my film.
But that's exactly why we are here. Feel free to go all out. Let's play a fun game, this or that.
Yes.
I'm going to give you choices.
Okay.
Pick one.
Hmm.
Okay. Filter coffee or tea?
Filter coffee.
Okay. Sambar or cholar dal?
Oh, that's cholar dal.
Dosa or luchi?
Dosa.
Payasam or Bengali payesh?
Paisam. Lighter.
Gulab jamun or rasgulla?
Rasgulla.
Okay. Comedy or drama films?
A dramedy. Both are very, I like both genres, so I can't pick. But comedy maybe. Comedy.
Chembur or Bandra?
Chembur.
Always close to you.
Always Chembur.
And do you remember your first job or your first paycheck?
Yes, it was for 500 rupees.
Okay.
It was for an ad for Kerala tourism.
Really?
It was just a print campaign. They wanted some South Indian family picture,
Yeah.
and we shot it in, under some coconut trees in Kalina. I remember, and I got 500 rupees, and I thought,
Wow.
500 rupees.
But do you like traveling? Talking of tourism, do you like
Yes.
traveling?
Yes, I do. I love traveling,
Okay.
and I love walking and exploring a place wherever I go.
Which have been your favorite places in India and outside of India?
Himachal.
Okay.
Himachal is absolutely beautiful. See, Kerala is also where I hail from, right?
Yeah.
So that it's tough. Kerala is beautiful, but I think Himachal I found just pristine. Outside of India, Japan.
I'm going to Japan. Any recommendations?
Oh my God! There's so much I'm going to recommend to you when
Yeah,
you go to
okay.
Japan. But see, I'm vegetarian, and that's the one place where food was so easy for me.
Really?
And I had the yummiest food because Japanese food is so light, right?
Yeah.
It was amazing, and it's the cleanest place on planet Earth. I have to say this publicly. Whichever loo you went to, I didn't find one loo in 2 weeks unclean. We were there for 2 weeks.
Wow.
And I think that's a great measure. I never saw papers strewn, cigarette packets, chocolate wrappers, nothing on the streets. It was in public places. I love Japan.
They're also known to be really clean, organized, systematic.
Even in stadiums and stuff, people carry their bags. So when they eat whatever they do, or they have your sake or whatever you have, they dump it into their own trash bags and carry it home and dispose it off. I think that's so amazing, right?
Yeah. You're a vegetarian, you said.
Yes, I am.
Have you always been a vegetarian?
Always been a vegetarian.
How's it when you're
I don't
traveling
even have
around? What
eggs.
about Siddharth? Is he?
He eats everything that once moved.
Really?
No, not literally, but absolute opposite of me.
Wow. Have you ever done solo travel?
No, I haven't. That's something that I want to do.
You want to do? Really?
I really want to. And Siddharth tells me, go somewhere for a day and come back. Then at least you'll get this, the taste of traveling alone. But I'm like, I'll go for a day. But I've not managed it.
That's something you should do.
Yeah,
You should
I'd
try
love
it once.
to.
Yeah. Okay, before we wrap this, two very simple questions. What makes Vidya Balan happy?
Lots of things. Just seeing someone smile. I have to tell you, when I was driving into the theatre, and there was this guy, you had to pay for the parking.
Yeah.
He smiled so nicely. He didn't see me. Huh?
Yeah.
He smiled at my driver beautifully. And I just pulled down the window and I said, thank you. Because, he's doing this day in and day out. He must be so... I would have been very irritable in his job. So the small little things like that, eating good food, meeting people, a good day of work, watching a good movie, spending time with loved ones, reading a lovely book.
Yeah.
Everything makes me happy.
What makes you irritable?
When someone takes you for granted, or someone is just like a sadu, doesn't smile, or when people are rude, for no rhyme or reason. Sometimes when I'm hungry, I'm very irritable. I'm like, Khana though, I'm hangry, I'm hangry. I get hangry very easily, by the way.
We'll
I
make
can't-
sure you don't get hangry.
Yeah.
Please have the sushi now.
See, again, she's
Again.
insisting I have the popcorn. What can I do?
I'm asking you to have sushi.
She's only pointing to the popcorn. Who can eat sushi when there's popcorn? That's a caramel popcorn. I love it. But thank you.
Thank you.
Now you all can actually go so that we can eat in peace.
Yes. Thank you
We'll
so
do it
much.
tonight.
Wonderful talking to you. And I hope you guys really enjoyed watching this episode of Sunday Brunch.
I would also like to thank our sponsor, the one and only LG OLED Experience. Experience the magic of cinema, sports, and gaming with unparalleled realism on LG OLED TVs.
The sheer beauty of OLED technology is awe-inspiring. LG offers the most extensive selection of OLED TVs ranging from the world's smallest 42 to the impressive 97 display, whatever your space and preferences. There's an LG OLED TV designed for every room and every individual. Well, thanks for watching, and until next time, it's me Kamya Jani signing off.